Rogue Shepherd, the Rogue Man. Go ahead, Rogue Shepherd. Permission to deliver elephant in the room. Permission granted.
We finna see what they do with an elephant in the room, where the local legends come true. That's not the way to combat it. I was in the womb writing double entendres, hooked to a machine like I'm Conway. Serve me a plate, tango hombre. No, it is the.
Good day, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Elephant in the Room. I'm your host, Chaplain Brown, and before we even get started today, I want to just give a shout out to our new baby desert rogues, meaning our families that brought new life into this world. Congratulations, I should say, and also to our babies, happy birthday. All right, so we're going to continue this leadership series on leadership, there it is, and we're going to talk about the particular areas of discipline and trust. And I believe there's no better person to receive something like this from than Bill Belichick, who's the head coach of the New England Patriots. And yeah, you know, I'm a Dolphins fan, to be honest with you, and this is one of our rivals big time. But there's, again, just respect for the coaches and the team and what they instill. So I believe that we'll learn a lot from this video. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get to it.
I love you guys. I love you guys.
Love you, baby.
The love after the victory. It's crazy.
You're the greatest of all time.
Bill Belichick has experienced just about everything in his 43-year coaching career.
Go ahead and kick him on down to 82
43
side.
years.
82 ain't gonna hit anybody. Just play the defense. That's all we gotta do. They're not giving us anything we haven't seen before. There's no scheme plays. It's just disciplined football.
Discipline, fundamentals.
Yep.
Always comes back to that.
You're absolutely right.
Discipline, the fundamentals. It always comes back to that. Bill Belichick. That's all I have to say about that one. Discipline is the very fundamentals of everything that we do. You know, not just in a professional world, but also in our personal lives. Without that discipline, it's hard to get anywhere. Matter of fact, I don't think you can get anywhere without it. Or whatever goals you have, whatever you're trying to achieve, you can't get there without discipline. So it always comes back to discipline. Whether that's a diet, always come back to discipline. Whether that is getting better at your weapon system, discipline. Getting better at your job, discipline. Everything comes back to discipline. Having, you know, that togetherness or that connectedness in your family, that discipline to do whatever is necessary to establish that connection, to learn about each other, to just grow in whatever area you're trying to grow in. Everything comes back to discipline. Very fundamental, just of life, of leadership, of teams, of whatever it is. So I just want to emphasize discipline is the very foundation of my opinion, everything. But let's get back to the video.
Belichick learned discipline growing up in Annapolis, Maryland.
I moved to Annapolis when I was 4 years old, so still feel, very connected to the city. Still have a lot of friends here.
In high school, Belichick and the school's current athletic director, David Gerdes, were mentored by legendary coach Al Larimore. In 1968, Belichick was part of something much bigger than football. The school's first integrated class.
It was tough, but one thing about Al was not about color. Football was football, sports are sports, he didn't care who you were, and we all got together and got along great. There was never a racial issue at all on the football team. Athletics helped to bring the school together because we were all cool together, and so a lot of other people fell in line with that.
So I just want to emphasize that, and Bill Belichick being part of that school when it first desegregated, and how athletics drove that overall. And in the military, I wouldn't say athletics drives everything, but just the organization that we are, we drive a lot of things. A lot of things that happen in society first happened in the military, especially that dealing with segregation and so forth. We start to see the integration of the military integrating and actually being a leader on that front. So it became less, and over time it will still become less and less about discrimination on any level, and more about the uniform that we wear and the organization that we represent. So, you know, and our unit has that history. We're the first African American unit to be organized after World War II during that period, and how we jumped leaps and bounds over discrimination and so forth. So I just want to just highlight that a little bit on, you know, how the military has been a leader when it comes to breaking those barriers of race, of discrimination and on gender and just everything as we have witnessed over the past few years. So, but let's get back to the video.
This summer, Belichick made a surprise visit to his alma mater to share some of what he learned as a young Panther nearly 50 years ago.
Coach, mind if I interrupt you for a minute?
Imagine having Bill Belichick show up. It's crazy.
Gentlemen, we have a special guest. Some of you may recognize him. Coach Belichick from the New England Patriots, 5-time Super Bowl champions. But more importantly, he's an alumnus of Annapolis High School.
Fighting Panthers, right? Fighting Panthers.
We Pierce,
You know, again,
Desert
it's really an
Road.
honor for me to come back to my hometown, to my home school, and to be able to see you guys. And I want to just take this time to, as part of winning the Super Bowl, and I've won 5 of them, but we only have 2 balls.
Okay, showing off a little bit.
I want to present these 2 balls to Dave and Nick, and to you in the school.
One more question. Consistency.
And actually, before we just continue on discipline and trust and seeing that recognition, again, leadership, all those things, definitely taking part in recognizing those around you. And let's, you know, we all have a responsibility to just continuously recognize the people to our left and right. And that goes for those, you know, no matter your rank. If you see someone next to you, battle buddy, doing great, recognize them, put them in for an award or whatever the case. But that recognition, and just every part of this video shows like some type of demonstration on leadership, even starting at the beginning with discipline, and then going over to Bill Belichick at the school and recognizing the athletics program there, and you know, just leadership. I mean, this whole thing. So Bill Belichick is definitely a great example of how to be a leader. But let's get back to the video.
It's something we're trying to, achieve. What advice do you have for our program with that as far as consistency?
Yeah, I'd just say day after day, dependability.
Dependability.
It's trust. I mean, what you want is you want to trust each one of your teammates, the guy sitting next to you, the guy sitting behind you, the guy sitting across from you. You want to be able to trust that guy, okay, to do his job, and you want him to be able to trust you to do yours. So
100%.
How do you get that? You talk about it? No, you earn it. You earn your teammates' trust by your performance and your consistency every day. It's not being selfish.
And I just want to highlight a little bit more on Bill Belichick and what he's saying, that dependability, consistency, and that trust. And trust is earned. It's earned on both fronts, from the leader to subordinate, subordinate to the leader, and all battle buddies, everyone around you, families, friendships, everything. Leadership is earned. And I know I spoke about this a little bit in the last video, the video before, but trust is earned. You just don't walk in an organization, you get trust, you have to earn it. And the way you earn it is through dependability and consistency, that is the very definition of discipline. consistency, dependability, doing your part, doing your job. That's discipline. What you go on a diet program, and I'm getting excited about this topic, but you go on a diet program and, it's all about consistency. PT, all about consistency. Leadership, all about consistency and being dependable. So just let those things resonate, that when it comes down to it, that's how you earn that trust. Is especially in the military, it's not just based off your personality, it's what you bring to the team and if you're doing your job. That's what brings that trust. But hey, Bill Belichick says it best, so I'll hand it back to him.
It's just not like what can they do for you, it's what you can do for them. All right, you can't talk about it like, oh yeah, I got your back, and then don't do. All right, you got to earn that by doing something for your teammate every single day. And the first thing you have to do there is show your team that you're committed to the team.
Every day. You can't say that you got my back and don't do anything. And Bill Belichick had some other words of wisdom to put in that blank. But you can't say that you're going to do something and don't do it. Now you just lost the trust. Now you're not dependable. Now you're not consistent. It's not to say that we won't make mistakes or anything like that, of course, or there'll be situations that change to where we can't do a certain action or perform a certain task, of course. But overall, that shouldn't be like an everyday thing. Every day we should be, or we have the ability to be consistent, dependable, and putting in work every single day to earn that trust and keep that trust and maintain that trust. That's the thing about trust. You can earn it and so forth like that, but you can also lose it. So you have to earn that, get that trust, or perform to get that trust, and then maintain that trust. So, and that requires everyday commitment. Again, the same thing with your family, same thing with just who you are, your hobbies, all these things that you love to do or like to do, whatever the case may be. You stay consistent at it. Get that trust and give back to yourself. You gotta have a little trust in yourself, I hope, to do the right thing and so forth. So dependability and what are you bringing to the team? Sergeant Major touched on this before, that we have a lot of folks that say, well, the unit sucks, it's worse than we ever been. But what are you doing to bring change in that unit? Are you bringing these things up? Now, if there's no trust in leadership, it's understandable, but there's still avenues to get the message across to impact the organization. But hey, I'm just here illustrating what it is, what Bill Belichick is presenting, and what we've been doing on a regular basis, and what we always need in our organization and in our families and so forth like that. Because you can lose trust in your families. You do something that is out of character or whatever the case may be. Now that trust is gone, that relationship is broken. So that's why it's an everyday commitment. For those who are married, marriage is an everyday commitment. You have to give to it every day. Relationship with children, every day. Relationship with friends, every day. Relationship with associates or business partners and all that stuff like that, every day. What are you giving to them?
That's what a good teammate does. And you earn that trust through dependable performance. You earn it. Nobody can give it to you. You can't buy it. You can't, talk about it. You got to go out there and earn it. It's a process, and it's day after day after day after day. Thank you.
Day after day. Now, I'm not Bill Belichick, but I just love that emphasis. And I know I emphasized that already. Day after day. In your faith practice, or whatever you do, in your faith in general, whatever it is, day after day of commitment to the God you serve. Day after day to the people that you serve. And our next episode will be on servant leadership, but it's that day-to-day commitment, that day-to-day service. And that's what it is. That's part of leadership. Discipline, trust. You have those two things, the very foundation among a few other fundamentals, then you'll be successful. Everyone will be successful, but it's not easy. And we all make mistakes, and we're all human beings, and you know, we're going to fall. We're going to do things that, you know, sometimes just don't make sense. And that's for all of us. But let's commit to that day-to-day earning of trust and having that everyday commitment and that everyday discipline. And with that, I leave you with a scripture from my faith tradition, and it's coming from Psalm 37:3, and I'll read it off my screen here. Trust in the Lord and do good, dwell in the land and enjoy safe pasture. So if you have anything from your faith tradition that you would like to share in the comments, or you have any wisdom like quotes that you like to share just with the group on this video, I encourage you to interact and post those things down below so that we can get just a little insight of where you're coming from and your perspective when it comes to trust and discipline, when it comes to leadership, and we can all learn from the different things, the words that are spoken, the different quotes, and whatever your faith tradition is, because there's respect for all faith traditions. So again, please post in the comments below, and maybe on the next episode, I would love to actually bring about whatever you post in the comments, whatever it is from your faith tradition, and to put light on that as well. And with that, just the highlights, we have a few BRST events coming up. August, in the later half of August, we're going to have our prayer breakfast. Food will be catered and so forth. So I encourage you to come out, and these things will be posted around your company areas. And if you have any questions, come see the UMT. We're located in the building with the Scouts. But we have a few BRST events, the prayer breakfast, date night coming up in September. We have a women's BRST also coming up in September. And then next fiscal year, beginning October, we start all over again. So I encourage you to join those events. Also, some of these events are available to the family as well. But other than that, that's all I have on leadership. Enjoyed just an amazing video from Bill Belichick. And this is Rogue Shepherd signing off.